You know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow.
Gervonta Davis is never one to shy away from speaking his mind. And once again, he sparked a firestorm of conversation in the boxing world. It all started during the highly anticipated Ring Magazine Awards, hosted at the historic Royal Naval College. The event was a night to remember, as boxing's biggest names flooded the venue. Alexander Usyk, Canelo Alvarez, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Lennox Lewis. The list of stars was endless. It was a celebration of the sport, but there was one notable absence that had everyone talking.
Tank cannot fuck with Terence Crawford at all. Y'all keep pushing for that. He will destroy Tank.
One glaring omission from the guest list caught everyone's attention: Gervonta Davis. As soon as Tank realized he wasn't invited to the prestigious event, he didn't keep quiet. True to his style, Davis took to Instagram to voice his frustration. The fighter wasn't just annoyed, he was outright furious. He shared the very same image posted by Matchroom Boxing from the event and unleashed a wave of insults. Why didn't they invite everyone? But they sure invited the people they deal with, he ranted. Get out of here with that. Davis didn't stop there. He took aim at Eddie Hearn, calling him a little rat, and adding, "Look at this little rat," thinking he came up on something. In typical Tank fashion, he didn't hold back, even telling the industry, "Now tell them all to fight each other since they've got such a stacked roster."
Fighters now, like, they trash. Yeah, they trash. I think back in the day, fighters was better than the fighters today.
Gervonta Davis's stop with Eddie Hearn. He had just as much to say about Turki Alalshikh, the owner of Ring Magazine and the man behind many of the major boxing events in Saudi Arabia. Davis tore into him, accusing Alalshikh of having no real knowledge of the sport. They want to act like this guy is good for boxing, when he's really not, Tank fumed. If that's the case, why isn't he helping build fighters from his own place? He went on, calling out Alalshik's lack of understanding of the sport, saying this guy knows nothing about boxing at all. And yet they're turning to him. It's all about money, not the sport. Gervonta Davis's this wasn't just about being snubbed at a fancy event. It felt deeply personal. It wasn't just a matter of an invitation. It was about who gets celebrated in boxing and who gets sidelined. His outburst highlighted the deeper frustrations with the industry's focus on big names and big paydays, rather than truly investing in the sport and its fighters.
Obviously, all the fans want to see you and Tank in a ring this year. Do you think Turki Alalshikh's the man to make that?
Yeah, I think that that's going to be a tremendous fight. I think he's saving boxing, so once Tank gets with him, and I think the fight's going.
Gervonta Davis went beyond just the event. It was about what he saw as a blatant disregard for real talent in favor of favoritism. He didn't mince words when taking shots at fighters heading to Saudi Arabia for Turkey's Riyadh season events. Lol, they have to go over there to make money, and still do, Davis ranted. I sell where I'm from, America. He mocked the boxers who traveled for the big paydays, calling them out for fighting in front of tiny crowds just for the check. They be going over there getting their ass kicked, fighting in front of a crowd of maybe 19 people, but because they're getting rich. Tank didn't hold back, painting a picture of fighters who, in his eyes, were more concerned about the money than the legacy they left behind.
I've been hearing some rumblings about Terence Crawford versus Tank Davis. And when I think about this fight, I am getting Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia vibes.
Gervonta Davis's remarks were seen as bitter and spiteful, but he stood his ground, making it clear he wasn't about to bow down to anyone or chase the money like some of his peers. His frustration and anger were evident, and his words underscored how disrespected he felt by being left off the guest list. Just as the drama was unfolding, Terence Crawford couldn't resist getting involved. Known for his sharp tongue, Crawford saw the perfect opportunity to take a jab at Tank on Twitter. With a smirk, he posted, I see somebody mad they weren't invited to the Ring magazine gala. His tweet went viral almost immediately, with fans from both camps weighing in. Crawford's laughing emojis showed he was relishing the situation, adding even more fuel to an already fiery exchange. Fans eagerly awaited Tank's response, and Davis didn't disappoint. Without hesitation, he fired back with a response that kept the flames burning. "You're nothing but a puppet," he shot at Crawford. "Y'all are chasing after the money. You're one of the reasons I want to leave this behind. Boxing has become boring. It's more about money than anything else." The back and forth only intensified, showcasing the deep frustration Tank felt about the direction boxing was heading.
They retired.
What changed? What made this shit trash, garbage?
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD.
Gervonta Davis wasn't just aimed at Crawford. It was a broader commentary on the state of boxing itself. He seemed genuinely fed up with the direction the sport was heading, with his words revealing deeper, long-held frustrations. For Tank, the sport he once revered appeared to be losing its soul, slowly being replaced by the influence of money and politics. The tension between Tank and Crawford didn't arise overnight. It's been simmering for years. While the two have never stepped into the ring together, their rivalry has always felt intensely personal. Tank has never shied away from expressing his confidence in his abilities, once even boldly claiming that he could knock Crawford out.
Like Tank say, 147, I knock Bud out.
Well, you just talking. Mm-hmm. You know, he got the confidence in himself that he believed that he can do that because he's been knocking all these fighters out that he's been in the ring.
Crawford, on the other hand, has solidified his place at the top of the sport, building an undeniable legacy as one of boxing's finest. The clash of egos between him and Tank is a spectacle that boxing fans can't get enough of, as it represents two distinct sides of the sport. Crawford has always been the epitome of professionalism, dedicated to chasing greatness and accepting any challenge that comes his way. Tank, however, embodies the swagger and confidence that resonates with fans, never hesitating to speak his mind, even if it ruffles feathers. This latest feud only intensified the rivalry, and fans can't stop talking about the possibility of the two finally facing off in the ring.
How far away are we from getting Bud Crawford and Tank Davis? And would weight be an issue there, or would that just be a matter of you waiting for him to be ready for you?
Yeah, no, Tank is at a lower weight class than me. He's at 135, I'm at 147. That's 2 weight classes apart.
So he would have to come up.
Yeah, because I wouldn't never.
You can't get that low.
So that's not gonna happen, because I saw people talking about it. You don't think?
Although they currently fight in different weight classes, the idea of a showdown between them isn't entirely out of the question because in boxing, when bad blood brews, anything is possible. For now, it seems like the war of words between Tank and Crawford is far from over. Both fighters are digging in their heels, and neither seems willing to back down. Fans are left on edge, eagerly anticipating what comes next. More insults, a heated confrontation, or perhaps one day, an actual fight. Whatever unfolds, one thing is certain: the tension between Tank and Crawford is only growing stronger.